Hello, kindergarten. It's Mrs. Durst, and today we are going to start our Starry Night. And I hope you enjoy this. This will be a fun process. So we are going to be using today something called an oil pastel. And you might just get a teeny little piece in your bags if we're at home, and that's okay. And even at school, we only need a tiny piece. I just happen to have these at my house, and they're a little bigger than I need at all. But what is interesting about a colored pastel is that it's filled with oil. It's oily. That's why they usually have like some paper on it. So you may want to have a little rag next to you because it gets on your fingers a little. It's fine. We can handle that. But what we need today will be like this dark yellow color, a light yellow color. So you can see there's two different yellows, a white, and this gray color. That's what we're going to use today. We also want to have a pencil close by because we'll be drawing and sketching in a few things with a pencil. So today we're putting in our oil pastel work on our Starry Night, and we're going to go slow so that we can go and do this together. So find your big white piece of paper, 12 by 18 inches, and these 4 pastels and a pencil, and we will be ready to start. I'm going to share my screen. Remember, you can always pause a video, right? So that you can catch up. That's another nice thing about videos. So here we have the original Starry Night. And the part we're going to start with is this crescent moon. Okay, see the crescent moon? He is a dark yellow with light yellow around him. So the first thing we want to do is find where we want this moon to go. So here's what I think we should do. Here's the corner of our big paper right here, right? And I think we should put our moon probably 4 or 3 fingers down and 3 fingers over. So put your left hand or finger, point your finger, and I would do 3 or 4 fingers from the side and 3 fingers from the top, something like that, okay? And that is right where we want the moon. We don't want it right up here in the corner because that would not give us a lot of space to go from there, okay? So I'm going to say the crescent moon kind of sits right there. So I'd love for you to find that dark gold color, all right? And a crescent moon is simply a half circle, okay, or a C, a big C. And then you want to just bring the edges of this C kind of in a little. See over there, pencil. And then you're going to connect those edges with another C. Okay, and that is a crescent moon. And by now you've figured out that your oil pastel really puts down a lot of color. And that's what I want you to focus on today, is really covering up all the white. We need a strong layer of this oil color on our paper. So I'm going to take my time and color in this moon, and I'm going to be pressing firmly, not hard, but firmly. And I am going to slowly take up all of the white paper and put a nice thick layer of this gold color down on that paper. Oh, that is so nice. What a nice thick color there. And I'm just going to work my line a little more so it looks more like a moon. Okay, let's look at our original. It's not quite the same, right? But that's okay. The idea of doing a tribute piece like this to a piece of famous artwork is that yours is going to be your own and a little bit different than Vincent's, but we're still giving him tribute. One idea about these oil pastels, don't rush over them with your hand. Even if you see some crumbs, it's better to blow than to use your hand, because even those little crumbs will cause streaking and some, not so nice lines that you may not want. Okay, so let's put our gold aside, and now we're going to take our light yellow, okay? And we see around Vincent's moon that he created a glow with this light yellow all around the moon, okay? So we also want to create a glow around our moon with our light yellow. And how he did it was with little dashes. Dash, 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 dash. Little strokes with your oil pastel all around your moon and inside the crescent part. Little dashes. Dash, 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 dash. And just keep working that oil pastel in a circular fashion around your moon. Very nice. Pressing firmly. And I'm going to bring mine up so you can see mine up close. Okay. Good job. Okay. Set your yellow aside once you get a nice circular glow around your moon, and find your white. And just give the moon a little white around that light yellow. Just a few strokes around that light yellow, just like that. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Now, as you can see, one of the most important parts, let me get this out of my way. I do not know why I keep getting a horrible little ad in my video. We will have to fix that. Okay, what we need to do next is create this large swirl. And then there's a little swirl. Okay, so we're going to move Vincent's work aside for a moment. And what I want you to do is start over here at the top of your other side of your moon with your white. And I'd like you to create a swirl. Now you can't see mine, so I'm going to do mine in gray. Okay. One nice swirl in white, and then go over that, doing different lines around that swirl, because you see how Vincent also did a number of lines of swirl. We're going to do 7 lines. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, So there are 7 white lines that are hard to see, I agree. But I put a gray one in there so you could see what I was doing. Now I'd like you to do a second swirl with your white crayon. I'm going to start mine with gray, and it's going to start right here, and it's going to come out here and do a little, it's a small curl. Okay, so you start here with your white, go around and do a little curl. All right, so give this guy 6 presses with your white pastel. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, swirls are on the beautiful sky. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our, where we got it, our dark yellow, and we are going to put the Venus star up here, right over our swirl. So we're going to put a circle. So isn't it interesting that the most famous stars in all the world in painting look like that? It's amazing. It tells us that there isn't any just one way to do something. Vincent saw his stars like orbs. So you have a dark yellow circle, and now swirl around that with the light yellow. Give it a good press. Okay. And we'll leave that there for now. Now, how many stars do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, why can't I count this? So there's Venus, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stars. Ooh, 11. So the other star that's very important is this guy right here. So we want to make sure we put that kind of right here next to our bottom swirl. We're just going to use a little dark yellow and a little light yellow, and then this guy gets a lot of white around him. So let's give him a lot of white. Okay, I gave him a lot of white. So the next thing we want to do is put 9 more stars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 1 more. He goes there. Where you put your stars is really up to you. Just let's try to put 9 to 10 more stars around. So in the original, there are 11, and you see if that works for you, okay? And each one of the other stars is somewhat different. Some have just white around them, some have light yellow, some have white and yellow, some have hardly any swirl. So go ahead and use your white and yellow the way you would like to do it on your stars, okay? There's really no perfect way to put that glow around your stars. Just go ahead and do that yourself. I'm going to do a lot of light yellow. I just think it's pretty. I'll put this one here. Then I'm going to use a little of the white. Now on these pastels, you may need to peel the paper away from the edge a little, and that's absolutely perfect. Okay, that way you get more pastel to work for you. So you can see mine broke. And I actually like working in a tiny little piece like this. So I'm just putting some white around my stars, as well as the yellow. How magical was Vincent van Gogh's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Starry Night. Just beautiful. Okay, so we are going to set aside the yellows and the white, and we are going to use this gray color right now. We're going to come down to the bottom of our paper. I'm going to bring my camera out a little. All right, so look under the swirl. Under the swirl, we come down and we are going to make a village outline. So the first thing we want to do is that church steeple with the gray, which is this tall, kind of pointy part. So we're making this little guy. And then I'm just going to make like a shape like this. So this will be the church down there. And I really fill my work in. There's no white showing through when I color with a pastel. I want it deep and dark and strong. Okay. And then we are going to make a little village down here. So I'm going to put a couple of squares and build some houses down here. And there's really no right way to do it. Just make a triangle maybe, and a door, and then some lines to make another house. Really, however you want to design your little village, put as much into this as you'd like. Really, he just used a bunch of rectangles, triangles, and squares in his village, okay? There's no right way to do this, but just put your village shapes in with that gray, okay? And I'll bring this up close so you can see that village one more time, okay? So now I would like you to get your very light yellow. Once you're done with your village, and you can go back and add to this with your gray if you'd like. That would be perfectly fine. But with your yellow, what I'd like you to do next is put some windows that have light in your village. Okay, so pressing pretty firmly, give your village a little glow of light in the windows. And I'm going to bring you mine so you can see mine. See, I just put some shapes and some glowing light in some of those windows there. Okay. And this is where we will stop for today. So in the meantime, make sure there's no white showing in your solid structures, especially this church here. Make sure you do 7 strong swooshes for this swirl and 6 strong swishes for that swirl. And make sure you do light yellow and white around each star, okay? And keep that work up and finish it, and we will go on to the next lesson. I'm excited to see how your starry night ends up. But take your time with these oil pastels and really give it a good firm press into that paper, okay? Until the next time, I'll see you.